welcome to my channel. My name is Marlen. Today we're going to be making salsa borracha. So salsa borracha is a salsa that we add beer to it and it tastes amazing. You can pretty much put it on anything or you can eat it just with chips. It's really good and it's super easy to make. So let's get started. Here are the ingredients that you need to make the salsa borracha. 4 tomatoes, a piece of a white onion, 2 garlic cloves, 3 chiles serranos, 6 chile de árbol, cilantro, and I'm using 1 tablespoon and a half of nor de pollo, but you can use salt if you don't have the nor de pollo. You're also going to need 1/4 of a cup of oil and the beer of your choice. I'm using a Modelo. The first thing that I always do is wash all my ingredients. My tomatoes are kind of big, so what I'm going to do is cut them in fourths. If the tomatoes that you have are smaller, you don't have to cut them, you can leave them whole. The reason that I like to cut them is because they're going to take less time to cook, so it's going to speed the process of making the salsa. Make sure that your ingredients are fresh. This is going to make your salsa taste even better. I'm going to use a cast iron to make the salsa. This is where I'm going to be cooking all the ingredients, but you don't have to use a cast iron. You can use any pan that you have at home. I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of oil. I'm using canola oil, but you can use the oil that you like. And I'm going to add the 3 chiles serranos. Chiles serranos are on the spicier side. They're spicier than jalapenos. So if you don't like your salsa to be too spicy, I would recommend using maybe only 1 chile serrano. I'm going to cook the chile serranos and the onion for about 5 minutes. I want to move them constantly so they don't burn. I like to cook the serranos and the onion a little bit first because they take a little bit longer to cook than the tomatoes. After the 5 minutes, I'm going to add all of the tomatoes that I cut, and then I'm going to add the 2 garlic cloves. And I'm going to cook this for another 5 minutes. I want to constantly be moving the ingredients, that way they don't burn. Cooking all the ingredients in oil gives it so much flavor to the salsa. If you use the same ingredients and boil all the ingredients and make the salsa, your salsa is going to taste totally different. We're going to continue to cook the ingredients for 5 minutes. I constantly move them just so they don't burn and all the ingredients cook evenly. Next, we're going to add the chile de árbol. The chile de árbol is a dry chile. It's kind of spicy in my opinion. So if you don't like spicy salsa, I would recommend you use less. I'm using a total of 6 chile de árbol. What you can do is cook all the chiles, but you don't have to blend them all at the same time. You can add 1 chile serrano and a couple chile de árbol and see if you like it. We're going to cook the chile de árbol for about 1 minute. We don't want to burn the chile because if the chile gets burnt, your salsa will be a little bitter. After the minute has passed, now I'm going to add about half of a beer. And I'm going to let all the ingredients cook in the beer for about 5 minutes. If you like your salsa to be not as thick, I would recommend you use about 3/4 of a beer or all of the beer. I like my salsa to be on the chunkier side, kind of thick, so I am only adding half of the beer. While the ingredients are cooking in the beer, I'm going to go ahead and chop some cilantro. I'm going to try and chop it as finely as I can because I'm going to add the cilantro after I've blended. I don't add the cilantro when I'm blending the ingredients. It's been 5 minutes and the ingredients have been cooking in the beer, and this is what they look like. This salsa is absolutely delicious and full of flavor. I let the ingredients cool down 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'm going to transfer the ingredients to a blender. You can use a blender, a food processor, or a molcajete. It all depends on the consistency that you want the salsa to have. Next, I'm going to add all the ingredients to a blender. I'm going to add all the oil and the liquid that was with all the ingredients. This is a thick salsa. I usually make it thick because that's how I like it. But if you don't like the salsa as thick, you can add more beer at this point. You can make the salsa to the consistency that you like. I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. This gives it great flavor. If you don't have the chicken bouillon, you can add salt to your liking. If you haven't tried the chicken bouillon in your salsa, I recommend that you do. It gives it so much flavor. I absolutely love the flavor that it gives it. I'm going to blend the ingredients, kind of pulsing them because I want the salsa to be kind of chunky. But once again, you can make and blend the salsa to your liking, however you like. Next, I'm gonna add it to a bowl, and as you guys can see, it's kind of on the thicker side, it's chunky, it's absolutely delicious. It smells amazing. The salsa is almost done. Next, I'm gonna add the juice of 1 lime. This is totally optional. You don't have to add the lime if you don't like it, but it gives it so much more flavor. Next, we're gonna add the cilantro that we chopped. It's about 1/4 of a cup of cilantro. You can add as much or as little as you like. We'll mix the ingredients to incorporate the lime juice and the cilantro, and the salsa is done. This salsa is absolutely delicious. You can use it for your tacos, your breakfast, or you can enjoy it with chips. And this is how I make salsa borracha. The salsa is absolutely delicious, super easy to make, and it's gonna add so much more flavor to your dishes. I hope you guys give it a try. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.